Oh yeah, we got it. And today we are checking out the Protech Malibu. Man, is this knife fantastic. Let's get it.
Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. Have a feel so be a soldier.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist. My name is Brandon, and today we are checking out the Protech Malibu. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to go over this with you guys. Before we touch up on the Malibu, guys, if you enjoy EDC or knife content, feel free to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell icon so you know when that next video is live. I post a video every single week, so you guys will have plenty of content to go through. So let's talk about the Malibu. The Malibu is fantastic. Now, this is made here in the USA by Protech Knives. Guys, they are known for their auto knives. So for example, here is the Protech Strider SNG Auto. And you usually have this push button auto type of feature with most of their lineup. So this is a manual flipper, which makes it very interesting. So there's already a ton of videos out about this knife, going over all of the specifications, dimensions of the knife. We don't have to get into all of that. Just go check out someone else's video for that. We're just gonna talk about what I like, dislike, my overall conclusions with this knife. So to kind of give you guys a little backstory on how I got this knife and why I got it, I was pretty much going through my buddy's channel. His name is Jake over at Bearded Gear. He's also a fellow YouTuber. Guys, go subscribe to his channel. He has some awesome content. But essentially, I went through his channel and saw the Protech Malibu. And Jake happened to cover the Protech Malibu, and it was the first time that I ever saw it, was on his channel. Watched the video, and he was really surprised with the action and the overall feel with this thing. So I was like, okay, I need to get my hands on one. Go online and try to find one, and they're all sold out completely. Every single iteration of this knife was completely sold out. So I was just like, oh, well, hell, I can't really find one. We'll just wait until they come back in stock. I was just waiting for months and months and months, and no one got them. How I acquired this knife is I actually went over to Blade Ops, my partners. I told them like, hey guys, I need a Protech Malibu. If you guys ever get one, I will be there in a flash to pick it up. So the timing for this thing was absolutely ridiculous. I was on my way home from work, and essentially Blade Ops called me and said like, hey, we got one in stock. I live about 1 to 2 minutes away from Blade Ops, so I literally just booked it there. I picked up the Malibu and I opened it up in my car and did this for the first time. That is going to be stapled into my head in terms of an action destroyer in that sense. Any other actions like a liner lock on this Ace Grand, if we're talking about the compression lock on the Spyderco, if we're talking about the axis lock from Benchmade on this bug out, it completely just destroys any of those locking mechanisms when it comes to the overall convenience and fidget factor. So not only was the deployment just absolutely insane, but you also have this push button lock, which just makes it fall shut. Basically, you don't have like a double detent type of system, which you would experience in standard knives. So when you go to close it, to give you an example on this Grand, you've got a double detent there, and then it eventually closes. With the Malibu, you literally just push it open and hit the button and it falls shut. I think this is the first knife that I've ever experienced that. I might be wrong. This one is the one that stands out. So the action is just absolutely ridiculous on this guy. Moving forward, talking about some of the negatives, I don't really enjoy the finish that they've put on this knife. Now, if you guys are familiar with Protech, they put this finish on a lot of their knives. So on the Strider SNG, this has the same type of finish. Essentially, this will scratch up really easily. If they just went with a no finish type of Malibu, I would probably go that route. Kind of has more of a bead blast finish feel in that sense. It scratches easily. So I put it in my pocket, and when I first got it, I was really conscious of what else is in my pocket. So whether it be my keys or an EDC pry bar or whatever it is, I was just conscious of thinking like, hey, is that gonna scratch this finish? That's just gonna be like mark number one on the negatives. The second negative would be the pocket clip. I'm really picky when it comes to pocket clips. For you guys that are returning, you know that I wear a lot of athletic apparel, so whether it be basketball shorts or sweat shorts, I want kind of a more loose style type of pocket clip. And this one, it is a deep carry pocket clip, and it does have recessed screws, which is pretty sweet, but the tension is just really tight. I wish that would have gone down a little bit in terms of like how hard it is. If it was a little bit softer, it would have been probably my #1 knife of 2020. But that was a pretty big gripe because it started eating up at my pants, and I don't really want to ruin my expensive pants, right? So I guess that would be the second negative mark on this knife. Besides that, this knife is absolutely fantastic. Made with really good materials. So you've got aluminum handles, a deep carry pocket clip, you've got the push button lock, 20 CV steel in a reverse tanto blade shape, and it's got a stone wash finish. This finish on the blade just looks fantastic. You don't have any branding whatsoever besides on the spine of the blade. So there's Protech marked up here on the top, and that is it. That is all the branding. You've also got like 20 CV laser etched there on the flipper tab, but that's the only branding you get with that, and I am absolutely in love with it because it's a sterile blade pretty much. Again guys, I take a lot of pictures with my knives and I enjoy product photography, so the less branding there is on a knife, the better, the more minimalistic it looks. A lot of people ask me like, hey, why is your channel's name Everyday Minimalist? I enjoy taking minimalist type of pictures, not a ton of subjects, just one primary subject, and then make it look as clean as possible. And that's how we got the channel name. But back to the knife, in terms of cutting performance, it's fantastic. I've been processing a ton of boxes with it within the last month and a half or so. It's actually held an edge up pretty well. I've stropped it once and then taken it apart once. The edge is great. In terms of taking this guy apart, it's actually really simple. There's a few screws that you undo, and then you've got, you know, the spring on the push button locking mechanism, and then the blade itself and the pivot, of course. And that's about it. The pivot is actually really interesting. In the blade, you have kind of like a convex area within the pivot that works with the locking mechanism. So it's a little bit different than what I'm used to when taking apart a knife. It's a really minimal design, which makes it look super sexy. And even the internals are super sexy. So guys, this knife is fantastic. It retails for about $199 or 200 bucks, and I think it's worth every single penny. That's the reason why these things are sold out. If you guys want to get your hands on one, just email BladeOps, sales@bladeops.com. Let them know that Brandon or Everyday Minimalist had sent you, and they will put you on a list. And the next time they get these in stock, you could probably get your hands on one. Now, if everyone just emails them, then you know you'll probably be on a list. But in terms of right now, if you're seeing this video and there's not a ton of views, go get on that list if you want to get your hands on one. The Malibu is a 9.5 out of 10. If they could just do a different finish on the handles and then loosen up that pocket clip a little bit so it's not as tight, this would be a 10 out of 10 knife. It's going to definitely be in my top 5 knives of all time for sure. But there you guys go, the Protech Malibu. Before I let you guys go, I wanted to give a huge shout out to my boy Chris over at Renegade EDC. He has these amazing custom hanks, guys. This isn't just me plugging him. This is me saying like, hey, he makes genuinely really good products. For example, here is his checkerboard pattern. Just look at how fine that is. His signature is pretty much this leather tag that he uses on all of his hanks, and this just makes everything look so much more unique. This is the glow in the dark hank. You've got this really nice microfiber on this side, and then you've got the standard cotton material on the other. Guys, I've mentioned this before, carrying a hank is awesome. Basically, you can use it to wipe off your blade if you need to clean your glasses, your phone screen, your camera lens, your camera screen. Pretty much any of that stuff can be wiped off using a hank, and the cool thing is you can throw this right in the wash and then it's gonna act like it's brand new again. But Chris does make some awesome hanks. So we're gonna be giving away 2 of these hanks and then pretty much 2 complete EDC loadouts. So you guys are gonna really enjoy this. This is for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway here on YouTube, which is ridiculous. 200,000 followers on TikTok and 7,000 followers on Instagram. So it's kind of a conglomerate with all of these socials combined into one. So 2 full EDC kit giveaways. Guys, that video will go live next week again. Keep your eyes peeled, and I will show you guys the instructions, all the products that I'm going to be giving away, the partners that were affiliated, Chris being one of them. I will leave a link to Chris's Instagram in the description below. If you enjoyed this knife content, go ahead, throw me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, throw me a thumbs down, and I promise to, I will do better next time. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.